And we are live! Technical errors. What's a few problems?
What?
Few technical errors. And we are live! Technical errors. Oh, God, the stream is behind us by a few minutes.
Goddamn technology these days.
It's technically even my second time ever doing this. The last time I had a lot more help from people who are used to doing this.
I see. The technologically advanced.
More like people who have streamed way more than I have. So, okay. I'm literally just keeping track on YouTube before we do everything. Okay, so hopefully people viewing this, I'm not sure, but it's still being recorded. Hey guys, welcome back to podcast number 2. This week I'm joined by actually two of my friends. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am Jack.
Hello, I am Vicky.
These two are friends of mine from, I was going to say college, but Jack hasn't gone to college for like 2 years. Maybe because I was there when he left. Quite literally. I was there the day you dropped out.
Yes.
And today we are talking about childhood TV shows, which in other words means shows we watched when we were kids, so 12 and under.
Yeah, 12 below.
Yeah, which pretty much for our age group consists of some of the best TV we've had over the years.
Oh yeah, as opposed to some new, garbage.
Let's go. Sorry, I had a bit of a cough there.
Well, I'm sorry, I've seen Thundercats Raw.
Oh,
and it's terrible.
don't bring that up, trust me. I have got on Twitter about that. And I am not happy, because they actually took the mick out of the death of a former cast member of the original Thundercats.
Jesus.
Yeah, and pretty much said, oh, you don't like this, but your opinion's poop. Quite literally.
Oh. That's why good old Thundercats was the best.
Yep. It is definitely, it's why it's considered a classic. But when it comes to classic TV, for me anyway, and I know for you two, since you've been watching quite recently, is the old Disney Saturday morning stuff, like DuckTales, Tailspin. My personal favourite being Darkwing Duck.
Oh, you gotta love Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
But then again, you also had the live action shows that you'd also have in the Saturday morning, like
The Sweet Lives. Yeah, the Sweet Lives, the Wizards. There's many Disney that did live action shows that I watched. No. Actually, no, Disney also did that one for a bit of time, because there's one other which everyone has seen at least some episodes of, and that is Power Rangers.
Yep. Well, I think Vicky's quite fond of Power Rangers.
Well, so am I.
Yeah, I know you are.
Most people were at a certain age, as some people stay with the fandom, and others didn't. Because we had, you had Power Rangers, which has been going since 1992?
No.
It's definitely been going a while.
Yes, you'll also be pleased that Vicky's favourite is Mighty Morphin.
I mean, that's definitely good. It's a bit aged, but it's still a good season. The classic Saban, which is like Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, and In Space, they're like the classic. They're the Zordon era, which is definitely some of the best.
I know it's a kind of unpopular opinion, but I myself grew up with SPD, and I absolutely loved SPD.
Oh, SPD is a good season. I didn't watch it when it was coming out because of lack of TV and also cartoons. Cartoons took precedence.
The thing is you also had shows like I very fondly remember sitting in front of the TV and watching Raven.
Oh, that's a blast from the past for any British viewers out there, American viewers, you probably never experienced this, but Raven was a
Oh, you with the bird and they do
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Challenges.
trials,
yeah,
It was like total up for the kids.
yeah, and it was always a thing. Every kid wanted to be on it because they thought they could do better.
No, well, I wanted, just for the sheer fact of I wanted to see if I failed, if I did actually like disappear.
So
It's
now,
like, oh no, demons.
so for me, my first school actually had like an obstacle course thing for like the first, pretty much the entire time I was there. They got rid of it once I was in middle school. But like I would constantly go on it because I actually had a few similar things to like challenges in Raven. And so I was like, how well can I do? I was a complete screw up.
I think we're also forgetting another key pinnacle for all three of our childhoods, and that's Teen Titans.
Yes, Teen Titans is probably one of DC's best animated shows that I can name most of the cast. I can name a lot of the cast from it because they're still working for DC now. And they're still doing voice acting. Like, Tara, Tara, I can't remember her last name now, and this is actually hurting.
Tara Strong?
That's it, Tara Strand, yeah. Like, she's still doing voice work. She's been doing voice work for DC for God knows how long.
She's voiced probably most of our childhood favourite characters.
Yeah, that is actually true when it comes to cartoons. Ben 10, Raven.
Like Vicky said, Timmy Turner.
I was never really a Nickelodeon kid. I was always Cartoon Network and then Jetix.
Yeah.
Halves of a whole idiot.
Got that fairy parents. It was good. It was good things. It was
I remember they had a few live action films with Drake Bell, which I saw the first one. And I just went, someone who doesn't know the cartoon, is this accurate? Is this not accurate? Is this good or is this bad?
The thing is nowadays they just kind of they're butchering old TV shows.
Yeah. Again, Teen Titans Go, Thundercats Rule, classic shows for classic shows for people who grew up with the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, even like Vicky said, Bob the Builder, they've started to change.
Oh god, yeah, I remember seeing the redesign for that, and I just went, that's not Bob the Builder. No, Bob the Builder is this kind of terrifying thing that when you're younger, looks fairly normal. But when you get older, you realise just how creepy it is. But like, you also have stuff.
But like,
go on.
I mean, even stuff like My Parents Are Aliens. I loved that show as a kid.
I forgot that show existed. I've watched so much of it and I forgot it existed.
I don't know.
Shia LaBeouf.
He was not in that.
No? What was he in?
He's in Even.
Yeah, I he was also in.
No, My Parents Were Aliens was a British show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you had stuff. But then you also had stuff like Jungle Run and all that.
Oh, I love that show. That was a classic. I would get home, I would wait for it to come on, and I'd argue with my brother about how you finish the challenges.
It was kind of like Raven, except for it was more based in the jungle.
Well, I gathered that by the name Jungle
And you had
Run.
like two people dressed in monkey costumes.
Oh, I remember that. Do you remember Takeshi's Castle?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't remember Takeshi's Castle? That's still going.
Me.
Takeshi's Castle, Ninja Warrior.
Well, no, because so is Zach. Oh, he's a good
I'm older than Zach. You can't call me a millennial and not him when I'm born.
I would never call Zach a millennial. Zach's too nice to be called a millennial.
Also, I was born in 2000. Millennial means you're pre-2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're the same age.
Yeah. Well, no, he's 20 this year.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know, but you're both this year. You turned 20 in February,
Yeah.
Lovey.
Alex is 21 this year.
I'm 23 this year.
Let's not talk about our ages, otherwise our inner child is just going to go, no, I don't want to grow up.
I mean, Jack, you know me. My inner child never grows up.
Oh no, but we I think we all have
We all have
that
a Peter
one.
Pan inside of us.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is we all have that one. Obviously, you can have. There's probably multiple, but everyone has that kind of one, like childhood series that sticks with you because it like you resonated with it so much. Like I know for you, Zach,
Yep.
it's Pokemon.
Yep. That is one of them. There's a few for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because I obviously know the like full story, but I know it holds a special place, and you're going to remember beyond everything.
Oh yeah. There's a reason my favorite movie of all time is Pokemon 2000.
Yes, I know, and I know the reason why you can't watch it.
But I can watch it. It's just gonna take about twice as long. But when it comes to
Go on then.
shows,
What's your like fondest child cartoon?
I have two, you know this.
I don't know.
yeah, but I
Power
don't.
Rangers and Power Girls. I fucking love them.
I have seen
Yeah,
one of them to nearly completion. Like I've seen nearly all of Power Rangers for like a few seasons,
and then there's Powerpuff Girls.
which I've never seen. Because despite growing up on Cartoon Network, I never watched it.
Yeah, but then for me, if anything, the cartoon which probably I have the most fondest memories of would be Popeye.
Oh my
Oh
god, yes.
damn! You're throwing in the older style.
Well, it's because a lot of the time I would be at my auntie's from Friday through till Sunday. She had a VHS, and it just so happened she had like the old school Superman cartoon episodes and Popeye
Oh,
video.
the Fleischer cartoons. Damn, that is old. That is old school. Good. Like for me, when it comes to cartoons, it was always when I'd wake up, I'd sneak into the lounge. My parents actually ended up knowing I snuck into the lounge because they could just hear the TV going off, and either turn on Cartoon Network or Jetix.
Yeah. Another thing I watched as a kid, it's not necessarily classified as a kid's show, but I still have fond memories of waking up in the morning, going in the front room, turning on the TV. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah, that was actually shown on. That is one thing I do remember being shown on Nickelodeon for a bit.
Was it?
Yeah, for a very short time it was shown on Nickelodeon, and then got taken off it because they realised this show isn't actually supposed to be shown on a kids' network.
Yep. But the bad thing is they can't remake the old shows like they used to because of the amount of jokes that they had in them. They can't get away with it anymore.
Yeah, or some of the jokes are just outdated. Like they're for me, one of the shows I watched when I was growing up was strange enough, Scrubs.
Oh yeah.
I remember them, yep.
Which, yeah, when I was properly watching for the first time, like a few years ago, I realised, oh, these are jokes that cannot work nowadays just because of either changes in time or just technology wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
It's still some amazing jokes. Like, there are some jokes that have aged perfectly.
Well, it's a bit like when I would also stay at my auntie's, I'd also watch, because she had the complete collection, she had Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, yeah, that one I haven't watched. I've seen bits of, and I've seen clips of, but I've never fully watched it. But I know it is a classic for British TV. Which brings on to another one I know everyone has watched.
When I was that young boy watching it, I was kind of only laughing because the audience in the video were laughing. But now, when I sort of grew up a bit and I rewatch episodes,
you laugh at the newer jokes.
I get the jokes. I'm just like, oh, okay, I get that now.
Like, there's definitely a show which we probably shouldn't have watched when we were younger, but we always did, and no British kid can deny this. Fawlty Towers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every kid has watched that because every kid, and I can confirm this when it came to drama in middle school, there was always a prompt, at least from my teacher, that like every few months it'd be, "You're a waiter. What kind of character are you?" And someone would be Manuel, which
Well, it's a bit
shocked
like a
us.
low.
Oh, that I know you've seen all of. I haven't.
Oh, of course I have.
I've seen clips of it because I've seen the Good Morning.
Good. Yes, because I showed you at college.
Yes, and
My valuable.
it was pretty much how I greeted people from then on.
I like how we've also veered away from another very big kids thing that was on Jetix.
I'm trying to think.
Digimon.
Oh yeah, that was on Jetix, though. Strange enough,
Yeah.
it was never on whenever I looked. I know it was on there because I saw ads for it.
And I that's how I got into the original Digimon, by watching it on Jetix.
Oh, you're the opposite of me. I have VHS tapes of the first part of File Island, the first ever arc of Digimon. I have VHSs of it.
Fuck.
And I have the original movie, which I didn't find out till a few years ago, like during high school, is actually 3 separate films put into one with the final movie butchered to all hell.
Oh.
Like, it's why the third part doesn't really make much sense, because they ran out of budget, so they just went, these bits.
Yeah. Actually, hang on. I've also just thought of a cartoon which I can probably guarantee anyone that listens to or is listening can probably say they've seen at least one incarnation of.
Go on.
Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Oh, if you were a kid and you didn't watch Scooby-Doo, you had a bad childhood. And see, this is something you can confirm, Jack. I have got the majority of Scooby-Doo movies,
Oh, yeah.
either digital or physical.
I got to admit, the newer ones, like the Puppet one and Be Cool Scooby-Doo, they're terrible. But
Oh,
I like the ones for like the celebrity guest appearances, like the Guess Who's Scooby-Doo.
yeah, that
'Cause-
latest one is actually kind of similar to one from the very old days, called I can't remember what it was called, but it's how I remember that one is because it had Batman and Robin in, and they made a VHS of it, which I have, but the new
Yeah,
version, which also has Batman in it.
No, but it's like a lot of people forget about Scooby-Doo, and then when you bring it up, they're just like, "Oh yeah, I remember that show."
It's because at least on British TV, the majority of the time it was at least on like stuff like Boomerang. It was what Scooby Doo, and you had the occasional
Yeah.
movie on CBBC, at least and that's definitely showing the Britishness of this. It was either
Yeah.
What's New Scooby Doo or the new Scooby Doo show with the occasional, and I mean very occasional, 13 ghosts.
Yeah, I'm planning on watching that on the internet. To be fair.
Oh, it's definitely kind of thing. When I get all of the original quadrilogy of Scooby Doo films, which is like Zombie Island, Witches, Ghosts, Cyber Chase, and Alien Invaders, Alien Invaders or Cyber Chase on like physical, I'm doing a full marathon, and I'm going to be, I'm probably going to be streaming it if I fully work out how to stream, and doing a like live reaction, because I grew up those films. Cyber Chase is a Scooby Doo film I've seen the most.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember when we kind of did that when I stayed around yours at one point.
Oh
We,
yeah,
like,
we watched
the
Scooby Doo
original-
movies.
Well, I mean, we just like spent ages just laughing at the fact of Tim Curry is the villain.
Oh god, yeah. When we realised that, it was just insert reference humor galore because of, and one of the best things that came out in the 90s when Tim Curry was in everything. He was in everything in the 90s.
Yeah, but I mean, you had Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Wild Thornberries.
Home Alone 2.
That. He was also in The Three Musketeers.
No, it wasn't. He wasn't in Jeff.
Oh no, that's
You're thinking of Jeff Goldblum.
That's it. That's the one.
The Goldblum.
The
The Ark King.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
recently got a show on Disney Plus called The World According to Jeff Goldblum, which I want to watch.
Not to mention, and I'm not saying any spoilers because Vicky hasn't seen it. He's in the third Thor film.
Oh, and he is brilliant.
Oh, him. We work together.
He
Help! Get help! Now.
get help. I definitely plan doing D&D at some point.
Oh yeah.
I just need to find someone willing to do it because I am not there. Have you seen the third Thor film, Vicky?
No.
Okay, then. Jack knows what I mean when I don't want to be the one.
There's a scene in it with Thor and Loki, and it's just utter hilarity.
Ragnarok is the best Thor film because unlike the first two where they were trying to act serious and all that, they gave it to a director who literally just went, you know what, I'm gonna make this funny, and succeeded to the point of he was allowed to write scenes for Endgame and has been given complete reign over the next Thor movie.
Well, did you know? And I didn't actually know this until I believe, because the director, I think it's the director of the third Thor film, or no, it's the first one. The person who directed the first Thor film is the guy that plays Gilderoy Lockhart in Harry Potter.
I did not. That's because I haven't watched Harry Potter in a while. Because of J.K. Rowling's a cunt.
Ah, yes, I've heard about that.
What?
J.K. Rowling's
Homophobic, transphobic.
There you go.
That's onto a very different subject, which I am not qualified to talk about.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's homophobic, yet she clearly said that Dumbledore is gay.
That's literally because of people went, there's very gay vibes from this. And she went, sure!
I'll look like I am one with the gays.
But moving back onto the original topic, because, again, I really told people who I talked to on Discord about this. This podcast ends up going in different directions. My first one went from One Piece to Star Trek.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. But when it comes to childhood shows, one of my all-time favourites was Ben 10.
Oh, yeah.
But the original Ben 10, which...
I've told you I used to watch Ben 10.
Like, my aunt got me the original Ben 10, but the big-ass box set. Like, the Omnitrix style box set.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I remember. Obviously, I've seen it, haven't I? Because I've stayed at yours.
Yeah.
And by God, is it fucking huge?
Oh yeah, it's massive because it has every episode and even Seeker of the Omnitrix.
We're way big.
Yeah, the first canon Ben 10 movie. Every other one is non-canon. Which...
Okay then. Let's do a roll. Okay, let's start with Vicky. Favorite original Ben 10 hero. So, favorite alien out of the original 10.
I can never remember the names of them.
Okay.
Don't forget I am older than you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's watched it over the past few years.
Okay. That's it. Why don't you say yours then, Zach? And
for me, for the original, that is a hard one. I'm gonna have to go Heat Blast. I am a basic bitch, but I love Heat Blast. I am a massive fan of Fire Powers.
The first alien he transformed into.
Yep. Again, the basic bitch, but it's iconic.
Diamond Head.
See, for me, I was always torn between two, except from one was always my favourite, because I always wanted the ability to have an Omnitrix to abuse the shit out of this one. And that's Ghost Freak.
Oh yeah. Everyone wanted an Omnitrix.
Oh yeah, I think everyone for their birthday would just go, I want a real
I
one.
like forearms. I'm gonna say forearms.
Yeah,
As
that's
my
not bad.
favourite.
Forearms was good.
Yeah, Forums is a great one.
The
Probably
thing
one of
is,
the most used ones.
Ghost Freak was one of the coolest yet hardly used, and then later got replaced in the title sequence with fucking Cannonball.
Yeah, but that is because of I am gonna say spoilers, because this is a reveal that catches you really off guard if you go in blind for Ben 10. So if you're
Oh
watching
yeah.
this, mute it, spoilers. If you don't care, just don't. But that is because remember, Ghost Freak was actually a living being in the Omnitrix.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of the
Still has
whole.
no.
Oh no! Even when even when the race got put back in within air quotes, it was still a living being. Because Ghost Freak's race kind of went fuck you to physics, just like Gwen's revealed race in Alien Force.
Oh yeah, where she's actually an
Part alien.
I can't remember the name of the people. I
Never-
was thinking it was Ian, but that's Kevin.
Yeah, I can't remember the race because of it's mentioned a few times, but that's it.
Energy being. There we
Yeah,
go.
essentially. Which, when it comes to Ben 10, you actually look at like going to the cast of Ben 10. Tyler Strand, I don't know the name of the voice actor, but Grandpa Max's VA has been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Again, actually quite a few Warner Brothers stuff, and he was also in the Metal Gear games.
Ah.
But then you have
Oh yeah. The voice of Grandpa Max is I believe the voice of Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War.
no,
No?
that I think that's John person who plays Bender in
John,
Futurama.
yeah. Voice of Bender.
Yeah. But then you go into Alien Force, where the cast just jumps because of you have, and these are the ones I can name: Yuri Lowenthal for Ben 10, aka Locke Lambert, Sasuke, fucking Spider-Man now.
Ah.
But he's also Yuri Lowenthal is also in Ruby.
I will say another one that I also watched as a kid. I don't know if you watched it, Vicky, but Phineas and Ferb.
Perry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone watched that at some point because it was on it wasn't just on Disney, it was just on stuff like CITV and like any Saturday morning channel.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons it's probably most remembered is because of it had a song for like every episode.
And the theme song was catchy as all hell.
By Bowling for Soup. That's
Yep.
actually how I remember it, because they actually end up fully performing it in one episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
'Cause yeah, that was definitely during the middle school, and it went on during high school. But just before it ended, it had a movie, which I do remember watching.
Yeah.
And it was alright.
I know it's technically not on subject, since obviously I didn't watch it before I was 12, because it obviously wasn't around. But the show that the creators of Phineas and Ferb have newly made, which is Milo Murphy's Law.
Yeah, you showed me clips of that.
Yeah, which is also really fun because it also crosses over with Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, because I remember you showing me the theme song Takeover with Dr.
Yeah.
Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, because he's in it a lot.
But like when you actually look at Phineas and Ferb, it has a Disney. It has two Disney veterans in it. It has.
does it?
I can't remember the name of the guy who played Jeremy, but he's a Disney veteran who's in Pair of Kings.
Okay.
But you also have Ashley Tisdale as Candace, who, okay,
Oh my god, yes.
who most people who watch Disney probably remember her for a film I hate with a blood-soaked passion, and that's High School Musical. But for me, I will always remember her as Maddie from Sweet Life.
Yeah.
So we are going right back in a circle, because Sweet Life was a show that if you watched, you fucking fell in love with.
Yeah. Obviously, like I told you the other day, but obviously no one else knows because obviously we weren't on a podcast when we were on the phone call.
This was a phone call.
We recently got Disney Plus, so that's literally one of the things we've been watching.
Yeah, you lucky
Is stuff with Zack and
bastards.
Cody.
Yeah, you have Disney Plus. I've got to wait till I find out if my brother has it so I can lynch off him. Like pretty much all streaming services I use, I lynch off my older brother because he has money and I don't.
Well, at least if you get it, you can then also watch Gargoyles.
That is true. That is a show I want to rewatch because while I didn't necessarily watch it as a child, I have watched it and I love it. Plus, Jonathan Frakes, aka fucking Riker from Star Trek, has me going.
Yeah.
But there's another show which British people probably see more of than Americans, but Americans have seen it. Thunderbirds. The original Thunderbirds.
Oh, the one with the puppets.
Yeah, the Super Mario Nation with the iconic opening of Back to Earth, which
Yeah.
did get a live action movie that I actually enjoy.
Yeah. You mean the one with Busted performing the
Yes, which
theme song? Yeah.
I have the song on my phone or without over 1,000 others.
What songs don't you have on your phone from Good Things?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I only have one Doctor Who song.
Ah.
Which, again, Doctor Who is a show that when it started back up in 2005, probably every kid watched. Because that's when I remember watching Doctor Who when I was young, and they're thinking classic Doctor Who, which only had a few episodes which are kind of creepy. But New Who was aimed for adults.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember watching it when I was a kid, and believe me, after watching the first episode of Christopher Eccleston, I didn't want to go in a single clothing shop.
See, now, for me, as someone who grew up with classic Who, you've seen my dad's Doctor Who collection.
Oh yeah.
The Autons for me were not scary at all. I just took the mick out of them because I just went, rip off their arm. Done. For me, the alien that scared me when it first appeared in New Who was the Dalek. Because I grew up, because again, the only time I'd ever seen a Dalek get defeated, which is honestly my favourite Doctor Who moment of all time, is Remembrance of the Daleks, a 7th Doctor story. We have the current companion beat a Dalek to death with a baseball bat because the Doctor used science to make it strong enough.
Oh yeah. And then all of a sudden they're able to fly, and you're just like, nah.
Oh yeah, that and me just going, oh god, we're screwed.
I mean, I think everyone can agree the Weeping Angels are probably one of the most scariest.
Oh yeah, Blink is actually being confirmed to be the scariest episode of Doctor Who of all time. Because the writer of it went in thinking, I want to scare people, how do I do that? Let's not show them moving, let's not show them the fear.
Yeah.
And I can confirm this, myself and 2 of my friends, literally the week after Blink, went on a school trip to a place full of statues.
Oh.
So 3 8-year-olds going on a trip, standing back to back, turning, and we couldn't wink. So we were literally going, okay, when one of us needs to blink, say, blink. Literally, we quickly rotate. The teachers were completely confused until parents explained, yeah, they watched this. And went, oh. But for me, the episode that scares me the most, Waters of Mars.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying. To be fair, two of the ones that probably don't scare me, but they probably creep me out the most. There are 3, but I'll get to the third one because it isn't one that I watched when I was a kid. Is Family of Blood.
Oh yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah, but that one kind of creeped me out a lot. And Silence in the Library.
Oh, I have never been able to watch that one fully. Because of it. Now
you're probably wondering what the third one is.
Yes, I mentioned you.
And that's because it's one of Matt Smith's ones.
I'm trying to think now. I've actually seen all of Matt Smith.
I think it's from his first season. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, there's a few episodes I haven't seen of that.
Okay. It's the one where he goes into a dollhouse.
Oh, that one. That second season. Nah, that is an episode I never fully watched. The minute I saw a
And-
man transforming into a doll, I fucking legged
Yeah.
it.
Yep, you're like, nah, I'm out.
Well, think,
It's a no from me.
yeah, I was the age of the year. Like the year it came out, I was that age, and that was in
Oh.
middle school. I was like, nope, 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 nope.
Okay. Okay, so it kind of counts then.
Yeah,
I know it's probably not 12 below, but it's still in
But-
that range.
but it's got Doctor Who was a show every kid watched it like in like middle school and some in my case first school because it was
Yeah.
it was the biggest show on TV in Britain at the time for very good reason.
Yeah.
It's still one of the best TV shows, especially when it comes to sci-fi out there, and one of the longest running.
I know. One show that I watched as a kid with my auntie, which I think Vicky can also agree she has also watched, is Dad's Army. Which is probably another very British.
Oh yeah, it's entirely British. It is very, very, very British. And like I've never seen it. It was never on TV anywhere I was. My granddad was either watching Only Fools and Horses or in one case Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Oh yeah.
Um
See, I haven't watched Mrs. Brown's Boys, but I believe Vicky has.
It's fucking hilarious.
it's brilliant. But when it comes to
Actress,
go on.
the actress who plays the daughter is the guy's wife in real
Oh
life.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's kind of
And
funny.
it's-
That's the funny thing about Mrs. Brown's Boys. Nearly every cast member of the family, aside from Mark, is actually part of the family.
I mean, that must have saved a lot of casting time, though. To be fair.
Oh yeah, they've literally said in interviews it makes the experience more real because it is a legit family.
I mean, to be honest, during this discussion, I haven't even mentioned the childhood show which I grew up watching, which is still a love today. I've seen practically every incarnation to the fullest, and I probably own. Well, I don't own as much as Carl.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
But-
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I didn't watch that till high school, which annoys me because I've seen all of the original, every dubbed episode of GX, and I started watching a bit of Zexal.
Yeah.
But Yu-Gi-Oh was definitely a show which was on, like, it was on loads of channels. CITV, it was definitely on Nick, and it was on Cartoon Network.
Oh, another show which, to be fair, every time I ask someone about this show, they've never heard of it. And I know it was a natural thing because I remember starting to watch these two shows, but I can't remember what channel it was on. And that is, the first one is Monsuno.
That was on CITV in the West, in the UK. And it was on
Yeah.
Nickelodeon at the very early morning.
Yeah, I remember watching that, and Slug Terror.
That was on Disney XD, I know because I watched the crap out of that. I loved it.
I never watched them.
No.
I
Like I
know
said.
Slug Terror because I've seen you watching it.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, I remember both of those shows. Like, Monsuno, it was kind for me, the way I always described it to people, it was Bakugan, but instead of balls, it was tubes.
Yeah.
Which-
If anything, it was Bakugan meets Pokemon.
Yeah, it was, because Bakugan is another show, which is still going, just
Yeah.
not as good. But that was a show that I watched a lot when I was younger. I actually have them, the Bakugan, you can confirm this. Because
Yeah.
you were there when I bought some of them.
I was there when you bought them.
But that
You were
was,
just like, yes.
because that was a show that was really good. And fun fact, the final season was never aired in Japan.
Oh, damn.
In Japan, it wasn't as popular. It was the reason it did so well was because it was super popular in the West, which is why it got 4 shows. But in Japan, it wasn't that popular because it was just one of many shows of licensed toy shows.
Yeah.
But the West, as confirmed by stuff like G.I. Joe and Transformers, shows that are based off toy lines just work. Which Transformers is a show everyone's seen at least one incarnation of, whether TV or film. And in my case, the original Gen 1.
Yeah, well, I think I've told you the series I like, which I can never ever remember the name of, and that's the one where it's a group of kids, but the Transformers they have transform into like scooters and skateboards.
That is Armada. That is the Unicron trilogy, which was only ever shown in the UK, for as far as I can remember, on CITV on a channel block they had, which stopped. Like, it was occasionally on, but it mainly stopped because it got taken over by. And this is going to show the age of us, but Toonatic with Jamie and Anna.
Oh God, Toonatic.
Yeah, that went downhill very quickly. Like, it was super strong for years, and they just went downhill because they stopped caring, because they got rid of the presenters.
Well, so as other shows like Art Attack.
That's still on the air, just not as much. Like, it's more reruns now, which is sad.
It's not the original Art
Yeah, but they also got a new guy in as well.
Yeah, that's because the previous guy got older.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's not the same as nostalgic.
It's kind of thing. Like, there are some channels which had like block bits where they had actual presenters. Like, I know CBC did it for a while. I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but they have that. Like, they also have CBBC for at least definitely for the British people, like Dick and Dom, Sam and Mark.
Yep, Tracy Beaker.
Oh, that's a flashback. That is for British people. That is definitely there was a show that adapted a book series that only had a few books. Because that's actually the funny thing. Tracy Beaker is based off a book series that only had a few books.
Yeah. And then you had bollocks, it was just in my head. You had that show Come Outside.
Oh my god, that is a CBB flashback.
Yes, but
that was definitely a show that people watched.
But then the horrifying thing about that is that kind old woman was the voice of the person in Trapped.
No fucking way. You're joking. I did not know that!
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
David Jason.
I now remind of another show which was shown in school like a few times. That when you look back at it is super creepy. But its theme song, the minute you get it in your head, you'll hum it all day, because I actually did. And that's Rosie and Jim.
Yeah.
Which
I know. Vicky's also wondering if you've heard of the show Open All Hours.
I recognise the name, but I've never seen it.
It had very young David Jason.
Yeah,
because they later brought back with David Jason as the shopkeeper, which was called Still Open All Hours.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I was gonna say, if you did, the woman who plays the nurse in it is the same woman who done Come Outside.
So now I'm thinking of another show, which again, this is maybe showing the Britishness of us. There's a show that every kid watched, and that is Balamory.
Oh my god!
That is a show every kid watched, because I can confirm this. Every kid, the minute someone started humming it, the theme, everyone would join along.
Okay, I think we're forgetting about probably the most iconic thing we probably watched before we were 12, which has probably the most catchiest theme song known to man.
Pokemon.
So it's catchy, but one that also stuck inside your head because no matter when you hear it,
64 Zoolane.
no, different channel. We were watching it the other day.
I've got
You
nothing.
can't. I'll give you another hint. You can't help but clap.
Yeah, that doesn't help, Jack.
Friends.
Oh god, yeah, that is a show that got taken off of Netflix. Because it's aged poorly in so many ways.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually watch that till high school.
Ah.
To be honest, neither did I.
Oh wow. I had my mother who was a Friends obsessed fan, so.
Now, for me, the shows I watched when I shouldn't have been watching when I was younger was Red Dwarf. With the amount of times in middle school, the minute I started watching Red Dwarf, I just used Smeg. And I got out of so much trouble because no one caught on because I had also watched, which definitely a show I shouldn't have watched when I was younger. And it's a sci-fi, not necessarily legend, but it's underrated, and that's Farscape.
Yeah.
Which I use the alternate swears for in school. But see, there's another show now that I'm remembering I definitely got in trouble for using, and that's Futurama.
Oh yeah, Future and Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons wasn't as bad. Futurama.
My shiny Millis.
Yeah, I actually said that to my head teacher in first school.
Ah.
I said it to my head teacher in first school, and apparently I got in super trouble for it. I have no regrets because my old first school head teacher was a bitch. If I ever see again, I am flipping off in public. That bitch ruined my life.
Yeah.
See, so now I'm thinking of a company that did a lot of kid shows, which I know we've watched, and that was 4Kids. 4Kids did a lot of kid shows, and there's one main one which we haven't mentioned fully, Huntic.
Yes. Huntic. It was a show that was on. I think it was CITV.
Yeah, it was on CITV. Season 2 of it was on Nickelodeon, like very early morning Nickelodeon.
We don't talk about season 2 of Huntic.
No, we talk about it. We just shit on it.
It was. They literally
Shit on it.
literally in the first episode they added something called Titan Bot. Wait, what the fuck? And they changed a bunch of voice actors.
Why the fuck?
No, they changed one of them.
Titan on Batman.
Did they?
Yeah,
I swear when I was watching.
No, they only
changed,
changed one main voice actor, and that was Locke. And that is because Yuri Lowenthal got super busy.
Ah.
But one of the reasons I crap on Hunter Season 2 is because the animation style changed.
Yeah.
Which very quickly caught my eye. I went, this isn't the same animation, because it changed studios, because it was originally 4Kids producing it, and then 4Kids went under. Because 4Kids also did the original the 2003 TMNT.
Yep.
Which was actually aimed more to a mature audience. It did Sonic X.
Yep. Oh, another kid show which I loved. I know Vicky hasn't seen it because we talked about it at one point. Sonic Underground.
Yes, that is a classic show. Sonic Underground with probably the best Sonic theme song of all time.
Yes.
And a show that got unceremoniously cancelled.
Yeah.
But that was a show that was shown on various channels over the years.
I remember watching it on Jetix. That's what I watched it on.
For me, it was Pop. Pop had Sonic SatAM, which had like Sally Acorn, and
Oh yeah, it might have actually been Pop. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Also Sonic Underground. Then I do remember Kix had it, because that is where another show which I'm like 90% sure you haven't heard of, and that is Spider Riders.
No, I haven't heard of that one.
It is an obscure anime But it's one
But
of it's definitely a show I love.
But then another one from childhood, which I remember, is Biker Mice from Mars,
Which one?
but there was multiple.
Yep. You had the original in the same era as Transformers and all that, and then you had the one in the 2000s.
Probably that one then. Probably the original.
Because it's difficult. You look back at TV shows you watch when you're younger, and when you go like on YouTube, you try to find the openings to see the quality. Cause we've all done it. We've all gone online, looked at the opening, and think, oh yeah, I remember this show, and you quickly realise the reason you remember the opening so much is the opening's like one of the best parts of the show.
Yeah.
Which for me, like one of the reasons I always remember like the Digimon opening, which is why when I did forget that Digimon, I went, why am I whistling the Digimon theme? I quickly went, this one, this show looks great, and I've been a fan of it since.
I mean, I got to admit, as much as an unpopular opinion that it is, one of the things I used to watch because I think it was on the CITV mornings was I think it was Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, that was on there. That was a very good show. It's very much if you like the campy Adam West style Batman, you will love Brave and the Bold because that's what it was. But
Yeah.
if you go into that show expecting to be like, say, the show titled The Batman, which is a much darker show, it's not going to be the same. If you go into it for like the dark, brooding Batman, as in the ones from the movies, you ain't going to get it.
It's a bit like watching the Dark Knight films first and then going to watch the Adam West Batman and expecting it to be the same.
Yeah, you are going to get hit by tonal whiplash. Which, for me, as someone who, when it came to Batman, I grew up watching the Batman Scooby crossover, so for me, Brave and the Bold was just oh yeah, cool, Batman! And the Justice League cartoon.
I mean, I got to admit, me and Vicky have been having a laugh because we got all three of the Arkham games for Xbox, as I was telling you the other day.
Yeah.
But obviously, Arkham Knight comes with all the DLC and all that, and all the costumes. So Vicky's just been running around in the 1970s bat suit, and it's just hilarious.
Who wouldn't do? Literally, if I had it on PS4, because I can't actually get the Adam West suit on PC, if I had it on PS4, I would have that would have been my suit the entire game.
Because it's just so fun just to run around just in that.
It's why in the third Lego Batman game, which is one of Adam West's final acting roles, they had like save the Adam West, and the final bonus level was a mock-up of the Adam West TV show, and you had his version of Batman, which had various abilities, like his version of Stealth. He would hide behind the cape.
Yeah.
And like when he was supposed to throw like an explosive, he would pull out a bomb and do that scene with him running down the street with the bomb over his head.
Yeah.
It was full of references and niches, and like when he threw a batarang, when it came back to him, he smacked him in the head.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of thing. But when you're younger and you're watching these shows, like there are some shows which, yeah, they're on kids' networks, doesn't mean they're more for kids. And one of the ones I remember watching, like starting watching and didn't watch for years, and that was Avatar.
Was what?
Avatar, like The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah.
That was a show that I didn't really watch until just before high school. I remember watching the first episode, but I didn't really properly watch it until just for high school. And that was a show, despite being on a kids' network, it was on Nickelodeon. It's not necessarily a kids' show. It's aimed for a pre-teen audience, because it means they can watch a show and they can actually learn, they can kind of understand what's going on, and as they watch it, they can grow. Yeah. Which, for me, I love that show. It's great. And when it comes down to there are so many shows out there, when you watch them, you go, yeah, this is great. Why couldn't this be on TV? And then you realise this was on TV, but not now.
Yeah, it's a bit like, I think Vicky can also agree with me on this. Yes, it was on CBeebies, but a show I do remember fondly watching So obviously I've got younger siblings. Numberjacks.
I'm the youngest, so I only remember seeing that on TV on a few channels. So I don't really know much about it.
I used to watch with my sister.
Mm.
It was definitely a show that, when it comes to shows, like CBeebies, like I remember a lot of the older CBeebies shows. Like I remember Little Robot. Like I remember a theme song. And when I tried looking up a while ago, I couldn't because whoever has made it impossible to find the opening.
Yeah.
But
Another one I remember watching, especially on CBBC, Am I High?
oh yeah, that was one I watched. I watched the hell out of that one when I could.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it was one of the things I would like, because it was on way before I was in high school. I was thinking, oh, when I'm in high school, this might happen to me, and then it didn't, and I was pissed.
Where's my special? Where's my eraser?
Yeah,
That flash.
Let me be a secret agent in high school. I could do it. I'd probably be the tech guy, but I'm fine with that.
Then again, speaking of secret agents, Kim Possible.
Oh yeah, that's a show that actually quite recently, like in the past few years, got a live action movie.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen because I didn't really watch I'd seen episodes of Kim Possible when I was younger, but I didn't really fully watch an episode until just before high school. Well, I was like, oh, this was a good show, because I remember it being shown on Toon Attic. But like, it's kind of Disney kind of ruled, like, when it comes to good TV cartoons, Disney kind of ruled our era. It's what was mostly shown on, like, Saturday morning blocks. Like, you had, and ironically enough, it was the era for us, it was the era of movie tie-ins shows. Because you had the Tarzan show, of the Disney film, which I've watched and really enjoy. You had the Lilo and Stitch show, which I love.
Mm.
And actually crossed over with nearly every other Disney show on at the time. Because it crossed over with the American Dragon.
Yep, I was about to say American Dragon.
A show which I've watched fully, and upon rewatching it a few months ago, has 2 Avatar voice actors in it.
Really?
Yeah, it has the voice of Katara and the voice of Zuko. I don't know if it's 2 of the main characters.
But then again, there's another fucking kid show, Avatar.
Yeah, I mentioned that. It was definitely we have the golden era of kid TV. Like, I've tried to keep up. Like, I've looked up kid shows that have been coming out and saying, oh yeah, I may watch this. I know probably some adults watching it. But for me, I've seen the art style for some of them, and I've just gone, no, this is too cartoony. And you know exactly why I have watched some cartoons that will be on recently, such as Steven Universe.
No, that's why, like, because obviously I've asked you, well, no, you've not given your opinion on Steven Universe. You've said how the art style doesn't really appeal to you, which is fine.
And
some people that do.
And you've also shown, and I also know it's got musical numbers. And as someone who was growing up who had musicals mainly, well actually entirely Disney, pretty much forced down their throat, musicals have always been a subject where I'm like, not rude, unless you are tying me down, or there's a good story behind it, I am not going to watch it. Which is why, for Disney, the only two musicals I will sit down and watch are Tangled, Mulan, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Because the stories for those are really good. Mulan is one of my favourite Disney movies. Also helps Eddie Murphy as Mushu.
Yeah.
Because literally, the minute I watched it when I was older, I would wake up in the morning and just do the I live from when he awakens.
Yeah.
And you'd also have, and Hunchback is I would actually say an underrated Disney movie. It doesn't get as much traction.
You'll be quite happy with this. The other night, me and Vicky were having trouble sleeping, so I said, how about we watch a Disney film? And she went, sure, which one? So I went, Atlantis. And she loves Atlantis.
Atlantis is an underrated Disney movie and my favourite. Because of it's a story that if it had came out like at this current day and age, it would have done really well. But it came out at the worst possible time because it came out at the tail end of the Disney Renaissance, which is pretty much Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, stuff like that, the musicals. If it come out like just a few years after, it would have done even better.
The same with Treasure Planet.
Yeah, both those movies really good. I prefer Atlantis more because, hell, I literally quote lines from it in daily life. Like I quote Dr. Sweet going, "Hold on, back up," like constantly when it comes to like being confused. I went, "Hold on, what?"
Yeah.
But, like Mole.
Yep.
Like I love Mole. Like he is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Well, me and Vicky were saying if they did a live action Atlantis, which I think they're planning on doing,
No.
who would make good characters? And to be fair, I think for Sweet, Terry Crews.
Yeah, definitely. That would actually be really good. See, for me, this is a fan casting that the actor actually wants to do it, and that is Tom Holland as Milo.
Yep.
Tom Holland wants to play Milo.
Yeah, Tom Holland as Milo. You know the guy that plays Agent K in
Yeah,
Men in Black?
Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, he'd be a good I don't know the character's name, but yeah, I know who you mean. I originally thought that was the voice actor.
Yeah.
Because I was like, not rude, it sounds like him. I went, oh, hey, Kate. That's okay. Oh, cool.
And then Mole, I think Danny DeVito.
That would be amazing. that would be amazing.
But then obviously, then you've got
Keita.
Like you got Keita. You've got the engineer.
I think her name's Audrey. I can't.
Yeah, you've got
the
guy who wants.
Yeah, Vinny. Yeah, Vinny. This was so Cherry Bombs, Road Flare.
I mean, I could blow it up if I had like 100 of these.
But I have like a few Cherry Bombs, a Road Flare. Go back, we got some natural gas from A Milo. It's one of my favorite movies. It's literally.
I think for Keita's father, Morgan Freeman.
Yes. Because not rude. The only other person who can match the original actor for Keita's dad, which when I realized that when I was rewatching it like a few years ago, when I rewatched it the first time years ago, Leonard Nimoy. I didn't know that until I rewatched it after watching Star Trek, and I just went, "That's Leonard Nimoy. That's fucking Spock." Yeah, Morgan Freeman's probably the only one who can match that. That's gonna be fucking weird seeing God die.
Yeah.
I'm like, God can't die, fuck you.
Who was it that we saw would make it probably a good Keita?
Oh, the actress who plays Gamora.
Yeah.
That problem with that age difference between. I know in universe there's actual massive age difference, but see, the way the characters look in the movie, they look around the same age physically. So having
Zendaya.
Yeah, Zendaya is like the fan choice, but not really. Zendaya and Tom have really good, they're really good friends in real life.
Yeah.
But they've taken the mickey out of each other on social media, but they've also had really good fun.
Yeah.
It's why their chemistry in the Spider-Man movies works, because it is legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also mentioned Treasure Planet, which is one of my favourite Disney movies, and the main song of it, I'm Still Here, was pretty much my song for the second half of middle school throughout all of high school.
Yeah.
Because I'm Still Here is a bloody good song. And was the first Disney song I ever put on my phone.
I mean, one of the first films I watched as a kid, which probably had the biggest impact on me, considering it can actually still make me cry, is Bridge to Terabithia.
See, I've seen that movie. I cannot remember anything from it. Aside from the fact it has the Liquid Terminator in it.
Yeah.
That's literally the only thing I remember from it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's just sad because it was like the lonely kid at school becomes friends with the new girl. They become really good friends, and then she, like, later on in the film dies, and it's just like, no.
School trip, and he goes, "Fine, if I was with her, that would have happened."
Because that was definitely around the time when they started adapting more, like, I say kids' books, because there are some films that would adapt kids' books. One film I do remember watching, haven't watched in ages, and it's The Spiderwick Chronicles. That's a film I remember watching, and I had the game for it. And it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But you also had, but there was loads of, again, we've gone from kids shows to kids movies, but I'm fine with that. It's still kids based.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that, there were loads of films that came out, like, one of the films I remember was Space Chimps.
Yeah.
That's a film that I've seen a few times, and I only remember it because Patrick Warburton.
Ah.
I only
Emperor's Groove.
Yeah, that's also a Disney movie I love. Men with Crunk, because, and this is one thing that we both can remember. Alex literally did the Crunk thing in D&D, and man, even with disadvantage, managed to roll really well.
Yeah.
So he was actually doing for him he did Mission Impossible. For me, I would have done the full Crunk. Because that is a character that if they ever do a live action remake,
They'd need to get Patrick Warburton.
yeah, or at least someone who can act like that.
Yeah, someone similar.
Because otherwise, you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
I mean, another two sitcoms I watched when I probably shouldn't have because I was below 12. Rules of Engagement and How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, I remember watching those tail end. Rules of Engagement I actually watched during middle school because my brother was watching it. And How I Met Your Mother I'd seen episodes of. So it was really weird when I saw one of the main characters in it in the Muppets movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rules of Engagement was one the reason I remember it mainly is because you pretty much had Cusco and Crunk in the same show.
Yeah.
Because you had David Spade. Who I only know him as Cusco.
Yeah. But then again, also, you had, I was just thinking of it. Buffy.
Oh, that was a show I really shouldn't have watched when I was younger, but that was my mum's choice. Hell, I was almost named after Xander. Which I wouldn't have minded, probably would say less bullying.
Yeah, but Zach's still a nice name.
Yeah. But I actually went to school with a girl whose little sister was called Willow, named after the character.
I'm Willow.
Let's not talk about Channel Awesome. Let's not go into that. Well.
No, I know shit on that's gone downhill.
Yeah.
But you can't like criticize the older episodes because it's a bit like me criticizing the old Scooby Doo when they practically had the budget of a sandwich.
Well, it's not necessarily the budget that's the issue, it's more the behind the scenes stuff involving Doug.
Yeah.
And one other cast member who I'm not going to mention because that is a subject that I've seen frequently brought up on Twitter. And I've just done okay, I'm fucking done with this.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, there's one movie which I definitely should not have watched when I was as young as I did, because I watched it when I was 4 years old, and that's Rush Hour 2.
Yeah.
My second favourite movie of all time. And I'm...
Words are in my mouth.
No, that's Rush Hour 1. Rush Hour 2 was the... Is
I
that,
think Rush Hour one where Jackie Chan says the naughty word.
oh,
Yeah.
that's one of my favourite scenes in it. That's one of my
not the
favourite scenes. Because at least one of my favourite fight scenes, which...
That's Rush Hour 2.
I think that's Rush Hour 2 with the "Who are you?"
That's Rush Hour 3. Rush Hour 3 has that one. Rush Hour 1 has Jackie Chan go into a bar full of black people and say the N-word.
Oh, we've got to fucking watch it. We've got to watch
Not
it.
to mention, Rush Hour 2 also had the end credit scenes where the
Oh,
guy out the window and he goes, "He's not going to be in Rush Hour."
yeah,
3."
it's the... Ah! Damn! He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. And that is one of the things I miss from movies. Having the
Yeah.
bloopers in the end credits.
Yeah.
So in one of the Jackie Chan films, he actually breaks his leg, and one of the way he jumps from a balcony to another, he lands wrong,
Yeah.
breaks his
Jackie
leg.
Ch-
It's like,
Jackie Chan has broken nearly every bone in his body until he was just told by doctors, "Stop! You will die if you break anything else."
and what does he go do? Carry on doing it anyway.
Oh no, the doctors literally said to directors, if he does it, he's gonna die. So he literally got stunt doubles, and he does as many of his own stunts as possible, just not the really dangerous ones. Like the fight scenes
Yeah.
are all him,
Yeah.
because he is a trained stunt martial artist and a real one,
Yeah.
which is
Like
kind of more awesome.
unpopular opinion. I mean, I loved the film, but obviously it gets kind of put down upon by OG fans of the original. Is the Jackie Chan Karate Kid with Jaden Smith?
I've never seen any Karate Kid movies, so I don't really have an opinion on it. I remember it coming out. Like, I remember seeing trailers for it, I just never watched it.
Because Jackie Chan plays Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. If you're gonna have someone teach you martial arts, might as well be the guy who ended up getting his own cartoon.
Oh yeah,
Jackie Chan Adventures with the
Chan Adventures.
Betty! And probably one of the most iconic recurring gag characters, which is Uncle, with the "one more thing,"
Yep.
which literally in a Twitch chat, myself and a few others had that going. So you literally had the streamer going, "What are you doing?" And we just went, "We're doing this. Now one more thing." Then again, I have also successfully turned a stream into a Tomska chat. Literally, I end up making a stream start quoting ASDF.
I know. Just curious. How much longer is left? Because my phone wants to kill itself with heat.
Well, if you want something out, we can. We've been going for an hour, which is pretty standard.
Okay. Yeah, if that's alright with you.
Yeah, that's fine. Not really. I've actually managed to talk to people. Social interaction is needed, especially since I lost my job because
yeah.
my old boss was a cunt.
Yep. We all know that.
Yeah, it's been great talking to you both. Hopefully, the lockdown lifts before long. I need social interaction. I need a reason to leave the house.
Yeah.
Plus, my birthday's coming up soon, and I actually want to see people.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with my dog scratching on my door. Yeah.
It's pretty grown
now. Yeah, that's all then. It was great talking to you both. Hopefully I can have you on again at some point in the future. To all people watching this, I hope you've enjoyed it. Next time I'm probably going to do something D&D related, because I love D&D and I've been doing a session, which I am also sad to announce is no longer being recorded, because my D&D group decided without telling me that they don't want it put online. They just want it recorded for themselves. So they made a week's work pointless.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, not that is not something I was happy about, but I was a good GM. Mainly, I may have taken my anger out on them slightly by having them lose money.
Oh no.
One of them had 121 gold. They're now down to
Oh.
21. I'm not kind when I'm pissed. Yeah, if that's all, see you next time, everyone, and hopefully you enjoy this. Please remember to subscribe and hit